It's the Dork Podcast with Rich Keefe. It's the Dork Podcast with Davey. It's the Dork Podcast. Hashtag. It's the hashtag Dork Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Hashtag Dork. My name is Rich Keefe, joined as always by Davey Eyeballs. He is Ronderman, Von Donderman. All hail the King of Ginger Ale. It's Ryan Davey. Davey, how are you?
I'm good. We just came off some, great dragon talk and, Game of Thrones. So
great dragon talk.
Great dragon talk.
Even though the show that we're talking about doesn't have dragons, we were talking about some of the other news, which would be fit for a This Week in Dork. There may be a Game of Thrones movie in the works, and it'd be like a prequel. If you are a Game of Thrones fan, it takes place even prior to House of the Dragon. But the reason why we're talking about it is because it involves the biggest dragon in the history of Westeros. So maybe we'll see that on the big screen.
Not Sir Arlen of Pennytree's Pennytree. That's not the biggest dragon.
No. Also up there, though. It's
close.
Very good. Yeah. We also did, and I won't spoil who won it, but we did the latest Mac and Goo movie draft.
That's right.
The 2026 year. We recorded that last night, and we shall see. We shall see how it goes, Ryan. Let it play out.
I'm very optimistic about my theater this year. I actually went into this with a strategy this year, as opposed to just like, hey, let's, we got 100 dogs. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I actually went in with a plan, and my plan worked perfectly. Whether or not it's going to mean success is another thing, but what I set out to do, I did.
Very good. Yeah, I like a couple of my most anticipated movies I was able to get, and then a lot I regretted a few immediately. So there was a roller coaster, as it always is, ups and downs.
And you're a big traders guy, and Davey was playing the game a little bit. I was playing the game a little bit with the movie draft, and I got all. I think I made the three of you, not to tell too much, but I made. Sure. I'm not gonna say which movies, but I made you all overpay for something once.
Listen, it happens. That's just good bargaining.
You get into a pissing contest, and that's what happens.
Sometimes you get pissed on.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes your feet get wet.
Oh, right. You'll be really proud of me for this.
Oh boy.
Proud. Oh, actually, yeah. Oh, so I have two things actually, but the thing that you'd be proud about is I just started playing this week The Ghost of Yote.
And
excellent.
It's so good, right?
It's Assassin's Creed and God of War combined.
And it's like zero load times. It's
swords.
Flying through it. It's beautiful.
I love the I love the main character. I love it's good. Like it's not
hard, but not too hard.
Yes, I was gonna say it's one of these games. I would say like the Arkham games, like Spider-Man, where it's like you're not gonna just breeze through it, but it's also not gonna make you chuck a controller through your TV. So it's like it's the right challenging.
And when you win a battle, you're like, shit, I'm good. You feel good at the game. Like I'm good at this.
Beat
right?
This fucking guy. Yeah.
There's one guy who you'll meet at the very top of Mount Yote, and that fucking guy is unbeatable. I haven't beat him. Yeah. It's like one of those like duels. And this guy is good.
Yeah.
And I've only played fast.
He's still okay. I've only played a couple hours. I killed a bear recently.
Yeah.
I felt bad, but the bear needed to go. The bear was struggling. The bear was a mess.
It's funny. So how like we talk about like how people in like Red Dead and like Grand Theft Auto, like people are still finding things.
Yeah.
So one of the things that someone found out recently is if a bear charges you and you like hold your ground and don't move, it walks away. It stops and walks away. Like if you don't try to run and you just like stand there.
Oh, interesting.
The bear will come up to you and like scream, but then like just turn around and walk away.
Won't actually kill you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which,
anyway,
by the way, is what you're supposed to do with bears in real life.
Well, with black bears, you're supposed to get big. Brown bears will maul you to death. Don't try to intimidate a brown bear.
As the old rhyme goes, right? Have you heard the rhyme?
Yeah, I have.
If it's black, fight back.
Yep.
If it's brown, lay down. If it's white, good night.
Yeah, first of all, if you're up there at the North Pole, that's on you.
You kind of had it coming.
Yeah. Offer them a Coke and a bottle, and you should be fine.
Yep.
Ryan, this is a great would you rather that I can't take credit for, but I can give credit to Chris, who emailed us dorkpodcast@gmail.com. Thought we could maybe kick this one around.
All right, let's do it.
Would you rather get swallowed by a sperm whale or swallow some whale sperm? What do you got?
Either of these involve money?
Well, no, it's a would you rather. So you're either doing one or the other.
I think swallowing some whale sperm is not going to kill me. Getting
You don't know
swallowed
that.
by a sperm whale will probably kill me.
You might be able to get out.
What am I, Pinocchio?
What's a cooler story, though?
Well, it depends on the audience, really.
No, I think getting swallowed by a sperm whale and surviving that is a lot cooler than being like, hey, guys, guess what I just did? Like, yeah, you're the man.
Be like, beat that. And they're like, no.
My first question would be like, where did you get it? Like, don't worry about how I got it.
Yeah. There was another good one I heard the other. So would you rather a year in Europe with 2,000 a month stipend or 15 minutes on the moon?
Oh, Europe.
Not me.
You know, they go to the moon.
Because like you said, it's a better story, right? Like, oh, yeah, I went to Amsterdam and I went to Paris. I'm like, yeah, I was on the moon. I went to the moon.
If you say it with that kind of voice to it, it doesn't sound fun. But if you're like, oh, I was in Amsterdam and I had a blast. I learned what's the kind of fighting that Alistair Overeem does? Muay Thai. I learned some Muay Thai.
In Amsterdam?
I think that's what he does.
Or is he like Krav Maga? Or is he like?
Well, isn't Amsterdam in the Netherlands?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he does.
And him and Boss Rutten.
Yeah.
And he hits. I love use Boss Rutten hit with like his palm. He's like
just palm strike
slapping
you.
people. Yeah.
He just palm strike you in the face.
I go to the moon because you beat everyone's story. The guy was on the moon. It was only 15 minutes. But yeah, but I went to the moon. You didn't.
So you'd be on the moon drinking whale sperm. I'd be in Europe telling people how I got swallowed by a whale.
And fighting Alistair Overeem.
Yeah. Who used to eat horses famously because they had more protein. It's all full circle. Comes back. There's good horse play in Ghosts of Yote too. Good horse stuff.
Great horses. What'd you name your horse?
Where do I name the horse?
When you get it, you like give it a name.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you start with a horse, but then you meet like this like you have only played for a little bit, so you actually meet like this horse trade, and you get to like either trade in your horse for another one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And you get to give it a name.
Well, it's funny because like I'm using this whatever horse that I have. He seems like a nice guy, and then you come across these other horses, and they're like, you can just ride them, and I'm like, I don't want to just fucking bail on my horse. I feel
well, yeah, I mean, you get attached to it.
Yeah.
My horse's name was Shimaki, which means tornado.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, you get to like pick 3 names, and that's the one I picked.
Oh, that's not. Oh, they give you 3 names.
Yeah,
you didn't get to like write that in. I thought you looked that up. Yeah.
No, you get to pick. Yeah, I'm not that good at Japanese.
I was gonna say. All right. I named mine whale sperm. All right, let's get to this.
Y'all ready for biz?
Might as well, right?
Real quick. Earlier today, you see the sad news, Ryan? Another legend. Robert Duvall passed away.
Yeah.
Pick of the pod, Robert Duvall, 95, all-time actor, some great performances. And I've been seeing a lot of old interviews being posted again.
Yeah.
Do you see some of these where he's just like, he's sitting in a room of all these like other actors. This must have been one of those like pre-award show things years ago. And he was just saying how like Stanley Kubrick, he's like, he is an enemy. He is an actor's enemy. Because Kubrick would famously do like 100 takes of something.
Right.
And he's like, how do you know what's the difference between like the first take and the 70th take? How can you even tell which one's better at that point? Right. He's like, some of the movies he's done, yeah, they might be good movies, but the worst performances ever. He's like The Shining, Clockwork Orange, horrible performances.
Yeah. I did see that one. He was like ripping like Shelley Duvall. Like,
yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
It was like that poor woman, like in the story she told about like filming that whole thing. He was just like berate her, make her do things like 100 times.
Yeah. And then he had Jesse Eisenberg was there. It was like a bunch of actors, and the Social Network had just come out, and he was talking about like how many scenes or how many shoots or takes it would be with David Fincher. Fincher's another one of these guys, like notoriously like 100 times. Like when they filmed Zodiac, it was like 100 times. And but Eisenberg's like trying to be like polite about it. And Duvall's just like, no. He's like, yeah, maybe that worked for you, but he's like, that's terrible. Like,
that was the other thing. Like, I think Robert Downey Jr. was like came out and said like, fuck that guy. like on Zodiac, like he almost quit.
Oh, Fincher? Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense. I mean, that was
Like he wouldn't let him go to the bathroom. Like he wouldn't let people eat. Like he just like no breaks. Yeah.
but like he had a very specific, and Fincher's also, I mean, I love him. I don't have to work for him. I can just watch his movies. But Fincher's an interesting one. And when we were kicking around this idea the other day of like the best active directors, like the directors that you seek out, I feel like most great directors write or co-write their own stuff. Fincher does. Fincher just like Fincher didn't write Social Network, obviously. He didn't write Fight Club. He didn't write Seven. He didn't write Zodiac. I don't know if he's written anything. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like those good ones, somebody else writes them, and then he just directs the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting. Let me see.
Yeah, but I'm like hearing the stuff now that like someone like I think it was Matt Damon like tried to offer like Christopher Nolan like a note on something. And he was basically told him like fuck off. Like you read it how it's written.
Yeah. Yeah. You keep it, dude.
Like
Something else popped up on my Twitter today that said in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, you know how Cliff Booth kind of gives Bruce Lee the business and Bruce Lee's family was like really pissed about it.
Well, they were pissed because like he wouldn't have done that. Like it's not that someone kicked his ass. It's just like he wouldn't have acted like that. Yeah.
But I guess there was a longer scene, at least according to the internet, because I guess Quentin Tarantino didn't like an interview that Bruce Lee did where Bruce Lee was saying how he could like beat up Muhammad Ali and he was like really arrogant about it.
Yeah.
So Quentin Tarantino, I guess, remembered that, didn't like it. And he had like a longer scene where like Cliff Booth like really like destroys him. And I guess Brad Pitt was like, come on. He's like, it's Bruce Lee. Like, can we not? Like,
his family's going to get really mad.
Ryan, speaking of actors, what do you say we get to the topic du jour?
Yeah, this is a nice segue into like what we're about to talk about, I think.
Wonder Man, 8 episodes on Disney Plus, part of Phase 6 of the MCU. It is the 17th Marvel series. Now, I believe that is under the Marvel Studios umbrella. So I don't know if that doesn't count all the Netflix shows, but we begin spoiler free as we always do on our movie and TV reviews. Ryan, Wonder Man, did you like it?
I did.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to, if I'm being completely honest.
Why not?
Because some of these shows have been like the choices that have been made with some of these shows have not been good. And I thought this was going to be another waste of my time, and it wasn't.
No, that was a thrill. I really looked forward to this. I was in a really good run of shows between Night of the Seven Kingdoms and Wonder Man and The Traitors. All that's different. The Pit. Like, there's just been really good TV to look forward to. And this was one of those ones where I didn't know when to do this episode because they released all 8 episodes at once, which also is sort of interesting to me because they don't always do that with their shows. So I was like, do they not think it's that good? Like, they just dumped them all? But it's certainly better than a lot of the most recent ones. Yeah, I liked it too. I thought it was really good. What did you know prior to this about Wonder Man?
The only thing I knew about Wonder Man, you and I had, and I'll talk about this later. In spoilers, I'm going to talk about this later, but like we had, I wouldn't say a fascination, but like kind of a fascination about like Avengers West Coast.
Yeah, we did.
And like why that team exists and why there's no Avengers East Coast. And so much so that we played in a professional wiffle ball tournament and our team name was the Avengers East Coast.
Yeah.
Because we thought it was so funny that there was a West Coast, but no East Coast.
I know. And like what? So like the main Avengers is technically East Coast, but they don't have to say East Coast, but then Avengers West Coast is very strange.
They had to be specific. Yeah. We fixated on that a little too much, but then like it is funny that you just assume that the real Avengers is East Coast and that's where it matters, right?
Well, it's funny that my real recollection of Wonder Man was not only that, but those cards that we had. And I have it right here. So I tweeted it out earlier, but if you're watching on YouTube, I have it right here. There was a series of Marvel cards that came out for a couple of years. This is from 92, I want to say. And if you lay them all out, you see how like on the corners and like on the sides, there's like little stars and stuff. If you lay them all out, it actually forms, they all connect. They go like 10 wide. Davey actually bought me the posters. I still have them. Double deck. But then on the back, what is sick about it is that gives them all stats, like a baseball or a football card or whatever. And these are all power ratings. So what I remember vividly still, you could have asked me this a year ago and I would have told you the answer. the ratings all go from 1 to 7. So close to the dork score, but 1 louder. It's strength, intelligence, energy projection, mental powers, fighting ability, and speed. And Wonder Man has a 7 strength.
Yeah.
Which is hard to do. There's
Hulk level.
7 strengths. Yeah, this is Hulk level strength. Intelligence 2. Energy projection and mental powers 1, fighting ability 4, speed 2.
Which, if you watch the show, that kind of tracks because he is like super, but doesn't really know what to do with it.
100%. Yeah. And then they give you like a little write up for each one too. And so it says Simon Williams, group affiliation, Avengers West Coast. His first appearance. Do you want to guess the year in which Wonder Man debuted?
You know what? It's like the lamer the name, the earlier it is, I feel like. And so I'm going to say like early 70s, late 60s.
Oh, even earlier. You're all over it though. First appearance was in Avengers 9 on October of 1964.
Wow.
And then the little write-up says the life of Hollywood stuntman and aspiring actor is complicated enough, but for Simon Williams, bombarded by ion rays that turned him into this super strong, nearly indestructible hero known as Wonder Man, it's almost more excitement than he could stand. He now battles as hard against being typecast as an actor as he does when he fights evil. But despite his growing fame, Simon still strives to lead a normal life, as normal as someone living in Los Angeles can hope for anyway.
Bing bong.
Also, another card of his is, so they would do team cards, right? So he's also in the Avengers West Coast one. Then they also did like team ups. And so the team ups were, remember, some of them were like very obvious and some of them were very random. So you might get like a Spider-Man Punisher or like a Daredevil Spider-Man or like those like Fantastic Four. I don't know if you remember this one. Wonder Man and Beast.
I did not remember that, but
also,
that's a team up.
Why do these guys work out together? I don't really get it.
Especially with someone with an intelligence of 2.
Yeah.
Why is Beast messing with him?
Maybe one has to help the other, I guess.
Help what, Reed?
It's true. It says when the ionic powered Avenger Wonder Man first awoke from years in suspended animation, it was his teammate, the Beast, who became his closest friend. They went out on wild nights on the town together almost as often as they battled the forces of evil. Although no longer on the same team or even on the same coast, Wonder Man and the Beast still occasionally get together to pummel an evildoer or paint the town red. So they're drinking buddies.
They're drinking, but it's also like, again, you mentioned that they're not on the same coast again. The one is they're bi-coastal. Like, what is the fascination with that? I don't get.
They were hung up on the coast thing. So these guys first teamed up in Avengers 203 in 1981 is when those guys teamed up. So before both of us were alive, Wonder Man and Beast were.
I was born in 1981, but go off, Queen.
It says January.
Oh yeah, before I was born.
You were, don't worry. When this issue came out, you were not alive yet.
I was a twinkle, but I was not alive yet.
Yeah, for sure.
No, technically I was alive.
Yeah, you would have been a good point.
With a heartbeat. Alive. I would have had a heartbeat by then. Yep.
You maybe didn't even have a name yet.
Nope, I did not.
Yeah.
I would actually, the name that was almost given to me was the 2 Fletcher
Davey. Would you go by Fletch?
I would.
Okay.
Because I would have been named after the Chevy Chase movie, Fletch.
Makes sense.
And Terrence. And the reason I was not named Terrence because my parents were gonna name me Terrence Joseph. My brother's name is Patrick James, and he goes by PJ.
PJ and TJ.
TJ and PJ.
PJ, TJ.
Yeah.
You could have, if you were Terrence, you could have been TD, and then you could have been like a big
or Terry.
Good football. TD. Oh, Terry Davey.
I don't know. That's a terrible name. I'm glad I was named after Ryan O'Neal.
I think you ended up hitting a home run with Ryan. Is that who you were named after?
Well, I think there was a boom in like the late 70s, early 80s of Ryans, and I'm pretty much convinced that Ryan O'Neal had something to do with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's play a little game as we always do here, Ryan, when it comes to these shows. I'm going to say Wonder Man versus these other shows. So I always forget how we do this. Do we say better, meaning Wonder Man's better, or the other show is better?
We do better as Wonder Man's better.
Okay. All right. So Wonder Man versus WandaVision.
Push.
Ooh, okay. I would. It might be the recency bias,
Yeah.
but listen. I admit my recency bias. I'll say Wonder Man might be better.
Okay.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
This is better.
This is
Wonder
way
Man's
better.
Yeah.
Loki.
Loki's better.
Yeah, Loki. The What If series.
This is way better.
Definitely Wonder Man. Hawkeye. I like Hawkeye better.
Hawkeye's more fun.
Yeah, I like Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And Kate Bishop's fantastic. You got some good characters in there. Yeah.
More Kate Bishop talk coming in a moment. Yeah.
Okay. Moon Knight.
Wonder Man's better.
I agree. Wonder Man is better. Ms. Marvel.
Wonder Man.
Wonder Man. She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
Wonder Man.
Wonder Man. Secret Invasion.
Wonder Man.
Wonder Man. Echo.
Wonder Man.
Wonder Man. Agatha. Agatha all along. That one's super close.
This is close. I would push this one too.
Yeah, I might go Wonder Man, but I liked Agatha a lot. Season 1 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which we are going to get another season of.
That's better
Okay.
than this.
Daredevil Born Again.
This is better than that.
Wonder Man. Ironheart. I know how you feel about Ironheart.
I hate Ironheart. Yeah.
I think that's everything. Eyes of Wakanda. That was a 4-episode animated. That was good, but this is better. And then Marvel Zombies. I think I only watched 1 episode. I didn't even finish Marvel Zombies.
Yeah, I think this is better than that too.
Yeah, so I mean, anecdotally, what do we got? This is like a top 5 MCU show, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I would say it's a must watch for those that were on the fence about it, and I get why you would be, especially as we reviewed, shows like Ironheart and Secret Invasion and Echo, and then we were even disappointed with Daredevil. So you're probably like, why would I even watch these? It was good. It was fun.
Good.
And they're like what? They're only like 30, 40-minute episodes too, and they just released them all at once. It was good.
Mm-hmm. Good I think the last episode's a little bit longer, but they're quick. You can get this done in a day.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Anything else? Dork score. What's your dork score?
5.
Yeah, I'm going rock hard 5 because I just gave
solid.
I gave Fallout a 5. I think I like this more than Fallout.
No.
Okay.
Not me. But I was flirting with a 5.5 for Fallout and put it back to a 5 because they did waste a little time. But
yeah,
Fallout's a better show than this.
All right, so we'll both go 5s though.
Yeah,
dueling 5s for Wonder Man. You guys can let us know in the live chat if you're in here, or you can hit us up at Dork Podcast on Twitter and on Instagram. Your thoughts on Wonder Man?
Spoilers! Spoilers! Here come the spoilers!
All right, let's start out with a controversial question for you, Ryan. Is Iron Man 3 good now?
Here's something that's even more controversial. I never thought it was bad.
Oh, that is more controversial.
I think Iron Man 2 is bad.
It is. They both.
I didn't think Iron Man 3 was bad. I don't think it's as bad as everyone thinks it is.
I hate Iron Man 3. It was I didn't like the stuff with the kid. I was so mad about the Mandarin at the time. I was like, this is one of Iron Man's biggest villains, and he's just an actor. He's like a fake actor. I'm like, what a joke that was. So I didn't like it at all. This was at a time where the MCU, it was like, I don't know which way it was gonna go, because Iron Man 3 was the 7th movie in the MCU, and you could make a case that half of them weren't good. But like, we were still going to see them. And even if you like this one, there's no way you loved Iron Man 2, the fucking Hulk, Thor 1.
I didn't say I love the movie. I just said it wasn't bad.
Yeah. No, I think I'm more down on it than most. I think most people, because there are a lot of cool suits. There's some cool sines.
I liked the idea of like Tony Stark after the events of Avengers, like kind of losing his mind.
Yeah.
And like trying to build. This is the first time he talked about like building a suit of armor like around the world or something.
Yeah.
And like but then he like builds like all these suits like for every possible situation, and then he calls them all in and you get to see them all in action. Like that's fucking cool. All right. Like the one part, the part with the kid where he's like breaking into like the Mandarin's house, he's just got this like homemade like stupid thing.
Yeah.
And I wish they did more with the Extremis armor, because Tony Stark actually winds up like using that shit.
Yeah.
Like for himself. So I wish they did a little bit more with that, but
But they did in Wonder Man bring back Trevor Slattery, who was
Which
yeah.
I thought was the dumbest thing in the world, but it fucking worked.
Seriously, I was like, well, I don't really need this. I don't want this. How is this gonna go? I was fine with bringing in Wonder Man. I'm like, sure, that's a character that we haven't seen yet. Do whatever you want with him, actor, whatever. And but bringing in Trevor Slatter, I'm like, there's no way there's no way I'm gonna like it. So I was pleasantly surprised. So they bring back Ben Kingsley, who also popped up in Shang-Chi. So it's not like the first time we've seen him since Iron Man 3, but he popped up in that. And then he's like a full-on co-star in this. And he's great. The duo between these. So Yahya Abdul Mateen II plays Simon Williams. And he and Ben Kingsley together are awesome. And it's not the most original idea in the where you have two characters and one is supposed to be like kind of spying on the other, but then they actually become friends, and like that's not the first time we've seen it, but they did an awesome job with it. Like that you ended up caring about the relationship between these two.
Absolutely. And like both of these guys are like top-notch actors, and I thought it was really funny that like it was really tongue-in-cheek. Like, is this really how, like, are they poking fun at themselves a little bit, like how these movies get made and how what actors have to go through, and like how actors are kind of pains in the asses, and like if superheroes did exist, and we talk about this with The Boys, and we talk about this with speaking of Yahya Abdul Mateen, so like like Watchmen, like would superheroes be like these like self-absorbed pricks, you know, who were just like only worried about themselves?
Yeah
Like they probably would be.
Yeah, definitely. But it's funny, like just so like this is a show that is obviously tied into the MCU as much as some of the other ones are. Like in the list that we're going over, really only Moon Knight is like a true standalone.
Yeah,
this one you're really just following Wonder Man. There's not like an over the top. There's not. They don't really just. I don't think they discuss the blip once. They don't bring up really other characters for the most part. Although every once in a while, when people see Trevor Slattery out, they're like, "Wait a minute, like, aren't you the Mandarin?" Like, so people still recognize him from that because obviously that would have been a huge deal. So that I like that part of it. Do you like how they do so many real world connections? So like Simon Williams was an actor on a season of American Horror Story. They reference, I think, Severance and a bunch of other shows and movies, real shows and movies that we watch. Obviously, there's a whole episode involving Josh Gad. There's a great Joey Pantoliano cameo and stuff in that. Do you like that? Like all these real...
I'll tell you what I didn't like. Why are Glenn Howerton and Joseph Gordon-Levitt catching strays in this show?
Big strays. Good point.
Like, what if Joseph Gordon-Levitt, look, for all intents and purposes, seems like a very nice dude, right? And like they're like, yeah, some incident with a pigeon.
Yeah.
Maybe like the director or the writer's like friends with him, and they thought that was like...
Could be. Yeah.
And like Glenn Howerton, like from It's Always Sunny, like that's...
Yeah.
What a great guy to be like stabbing his salad or something. Like,
the like, lady from the New York Times that like wrote the article or whatever about those guys.
Like they got to be like friends with those people. But like that, again, like that, I think that's like super fun. Like, you know, maybe it's like an inside joke. I don't know, but I thought that was kind of funny.
We got more Damage Control. Literally, that's the name of the company, Damage Control. In this one, Agent P. Cleary, who I think played Stewie, I believe was his name on Succession. And we've seen him in a few things. He was in Spider-Man No Way Home, and he was in Ms. Marvel. And so you sort of get that story where like he recruits Trevor and he's like, listen, you're going to go to jail if you don't do this for me. And so like he's there and like whatever. What do you think of him and that Damage Control in general?
He's kind of like a middle manager. Like who's really right? Is it DeFontaine who runs that, or like who?
Oh, good question. Yeah, I don't know.
I was trying to figure it out. I couldn't. I did like a quick search. I came up with nothing, but I'm just wondering like who actually, because he gets a phone call from somebody towards the end, and I was wondering like who that was calling him.
Yeah. Let's see. It was formerly a subunit of SHIELD. In 2012, it was set up with the aid of Stark Industries to clean up after the Battle of New York, blah, blah, blah. And you get the Vulture was involved.
Well, that's the one they cut him out. So that was the one.
Yeah.
in Homecoming, they're the ones who cut him out.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, so you got that sort of part of it, and then that ends up leading to like the very finale, the sort of the end of this show as well. The Doorman episode, with Josh Gad.
Yeah,
So,
J-Gad.
Yeah, Jake. Yeah, he's
We
like,
got the guy. I thought that was really cool. We got the guy from Imagine Dragons DJing tonight. Like,
yeah, it's so good. And then
he's like, hey, he loves the song Radioactive.
Yeah, and they just sings the song from Frozen. He's just up there singing that one again.
Yeah.
But that was a cool like one-off episode because it also sort of established why Simon's so afraid to use his powers, because no superpowered people can be in movies or shows, because Josh Gad is now like missing. So this guy went from being like a doorman in a club to becoming like known for his powers, and then was like in movies and was like the superstar, but then something happened at a club and people were like going through him to get outside of the club, and then like Josh Gad just like
they saved him from a fire, right?
Yeah,
like,
like the whole club
go through me.
Go through me.
But there was a little Roxxon dumpster.
Wait, what?
So in the Doorman episode, like if you can see like that stuff that comes out of the dumpster, it's a Roxxon dumpster.
Okay.
Which is a nice little, marvel. I was scouring for like Easter eggs this whole, so so we're into spoilers, obviously. So like when he's in like the Supermax, I was trying to see like who was in the cells.
Yeah, same.
You couldn't really see anything. So but it was that was a cool, and I love the black and white. It's very like old Hollywood kind of thing. I thought the Doorman, which is, by the way, is a real
character.
Superhero. It's a real character. Because I remember with those cards, like I think he like shows up and he looks like Spider-Man a little bit. It's like all black. He looks like a black Spider-Man with like the triangle eyes.
Oh yeah.
And so like I always wondered. I didn't know anything about that character, so I was.
No, that was cool. I didn't know where that was going. Like I was like, oh, this is sort of like a weird one-off episode, and then like it kind of came to an end.
But it was also funny too that like they mention it in like this first or second episode, and I thought I missed something because remember they make him sign the waiver, like the Doorman waiver, like when he shows up to the audition, and I was like, did I miss something? Like what that was?
Yeah.
And then they come back to it, and it was a great like halfway point in the series. Like we're gonna stop here and do this. I thought that was cool.
Then you pick up from there, and you have the scene with the guy with like the GoPro, and he's like blackmailing Trevor and blah blah blah, and like they're running around town because they're trying to get this audition. They get the call back for Wonder Man, but then you also get a flashback to when Trevor is like auditioning for the Mandarin, doesn't really know what it is, but is like getting the character for that. That was pretty crazy.
I thought it was really funny too when he was just like, "Why would you take that role?" And he's like, "I had to pay off all my prostitute and like drug debt."
Yeah. And then he's like, I don't even really remember much of it anyway. Like he was so out of it. So then they go to Von Kovac, who's like this like famous director, and they're like at his house and they're trying to like audition for it. And so it's down to 3 Wondermans and 3 Barnabys, and they need him to like just do a scene, like not even from the movie anymore. And then it's time for Simon to go, and he just does a whole scene from Pretty Woman. It's like, okay.
Which is, I don't know what's funny, the fact that he did that I knew he was doing that, and then
I sniffed it out.
The director like called him out on it.
Yeah.
He's like, so you just did a scene from Pretty Woman?
We don't need you to do Pretty Woman. And then he punches the guy through the head.
That was like, whoa! Like I thought that they were like, oh, this just took a weird turn, but it was like one of those like, oh, he was just dreaming.
Yeah, he's definitely dreaming. And
but
then
that was pretty grotesque for a Marvel show.
And then those guys. So the one thing with Simon is he really is a selfish prick in a way.
And I was like, I'm mad at his brother.
Yeah.
Because they had the scene where like he went to the mom's birthday party and his brother's kind of like fucking with him. And he's like, what have you ever done that is like not complete? And I love like you bought your mother a birthday present with her own money. Like, what are you, 5?
Yeah.
And I just thought like that was a little over the top. But then I think about if I had a sibling who was doing the same thing, it would be like all you do is like you fucking burn the house down, and they don't mention like whether or not he was involved with his father dying. Did you get the sense that like, he kind of was?
Yeah, I don't maybe or I don't know. I don't know.
Because there's a whole thing like he was riding his bike
Yeah,
or
I know.
something. Like, yeah.
Could be something there. I did like his mom. His mom was a good character, but he like there's a couple scenes with his ex-girlfriend where when they even like he meets up with her only because he wanted to know what she said in the article about him.
Right.
And then he's like trying to be nice to her. And then she's like, "Oh, I just booked a role in like Severance." He's like, "Oh, that's a good show." And he's like, "Well, yeah, they got me doing all kinds of fittings right now for Wonder Man." Like, doesn't even for a second talk to her.
And again, it's so awkward because it's so like she knows exactly why she's there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's like trying to act his way through it. And I think that's the thing that, you know, he's up his own ass like so much of the time. Like remember in the beginning scene where he's like reading the American Horror Story thing and he's just like keeps questioning. And they're like, you know what, you're fired.
Yeah, like
we just write your character. We just get rid of you. Like you're gonna be a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And we talk about it all the time. Like you play make believe.
Yeah,
for a
it's
living.
pretend, dude. Like, just read what's written there. You don't need to go too nuts.
Not that deep. Yeah.
I really funny though. So then he obviously like is upset. He like blows up the set or whatever. So then damage control's on him. But then Trevor Slattery takes the blame for it. He puts the Mandarin gear back on. It's like, I did this. I blew this or whatever. The reveal that after they were shitting on Joey Pantaleone and they hate Joey Pants, the fact that he got the Barnaby part was really funny.
And then he asked him, like, who got my part? He's like, it's not.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. But I guess that's the point. Is like at the very end of this, Simon Williams thinks about somebody else for like the first time in his life, and he goes into damage control. And also, good swerve. Or maybe I'm just dumb. When he was like shadowing that guy, like I didn't even know. It took me like a minute to realize what he was doing. I'm like, oh, he's shadowing a guy for like a new role, and then it's like, oh no, that guy works.
Yeah.
He's
and I'm thinking like the whole time, like, what is this? Like he's like, oh, I got a boring job. Like I don't know why you want to. And I thought it was going to bring him to like a different part of the country, and he was going to meet up with someone else. And the whole time I was like, what the fuck? And then he's like, all right, you can come with me to my job. And then as soon as he said like I had to get you some like fake credentials, I was like, oh fuck, he's going.
Yeah, we got something going here.
Yeah.
And then he goes in and yeah, I'm with you. Unless we missed something, that would have been a great spot for like a little Easter egg or somebody else in there. But
well,
you got something? So he goes into
I got something. So
prison and they break out. Yeah, what do you have?
Since I'm still because the guy from Damage Control said he could be a threat or an asset to us.
Yeah.
So I think now hear me out. I just threw my notes in the trash, but I shouldn't have done that. Because I wrote all this down. Shit, where'd it go? I got it. So since we're still obsessed with it, I think I'm still fascinated by Avengers West Coast. You could do this,
of course,
right? So the possible lineup for the Avengers West Coast, right?
Yeah, what do you got?
Vision was a founding member of, so like Vision with Vision Quest, we could bring Vision back, like with Wonder Man.
Great point. Vision Quest, and it was the white Vision too, right? That was
Hawkeye. Now you could bring Kate Bishop west.
Okay.
For this.
I like it.
Hank Pym. So Hank Pym was one of like Hank Pym and Tony Stark were involved with the foundation of Avengers West Coast, but you could bring Cassie Lang.
I like it.
War Machine, who was Iron Man at the time. So like Rhodey was Iron Man at the time, but like he's the West Coast Iron Man.
Okay.
Then you had other two members of like the original Avengers West Coast, Scarlet Witch and Moon Knight.
Oh.
So, and they have like Mockingbird and like Tigra or whatever. You could introduce those, but you have those core people in place.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so Wonder Man, Vision, Kate Bishop,
Cassie Lang,
Moon Knight,
maybe Scarlet Witch shows up because of the Vision connection.
Yeah, right. I like it. Yeah,
and Hank Pym's running the whole thing.
And this is probably already out there. I'm trying to be as surprised as I possibly can for like Avengers Doomsday. Do we know if Wonder Man's even in that?
We don't.
Okay.
He probably is, but like,
yeah.
I know they've talked about a young Avengers
Yeah.
Not new Avengers, but young Avengers,
Mm.
which was Kate Bishop and Cassie Lang would be involved in that.
Well, I feel like this last
and maybe,
wave,
yeah.
Black Panther, Hulk. Remember, like
Mhm.
this last wave, there's like a lot of kids of.
And whoever Thor's daughter, Love,
Yeah.
Thor's daughter. Yeah. So maybe, but.
All right, we'll see. But yeah, pleasant surprise for Wonder Man, and I'm excited to see.
Excited to see Avengers West Coast finally get brought to the big screen.
And then obviously Trevor Slattery would have to be with them.
It's as like how do they like
a manager?
Or they just do like, hey, we need like a fake villain just to like get us going.
Oh, good point. Yeah. We need to stop
just
you.
we need one. Yeah, we just need to like we'll take care of you. But
yeah, because like they're gonna know it was Wonder Man now because he was like he's a big movie star. That movie, the Wonder Man movie was a hit. Simon Williams is a star. Nobody else knows that he's a hero, and then he goes in there and breaks Trevor Slattery out. So now he's gonna be wanted. I think
it is funny that he did say like, "Put me in prison. I'm just gonna break out again anyway." So he did already like, and they said they know his like ion signature.
Yeah.
So they're gonna know it's him. Whether or not they make that public is
right because they're still gonna try to use him. Clearly, I don't know. Very good. What's your prediction? Do you think we see him in Doomsday? There's a lot of people already.
There's a lot of people in Doomsday.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because he won't be in Spider-Man. There's no need.
No. And he's different coast.
Dude, maybe he can't get there.
Can't get away from it.
He can't get there.
Yeah.
Maybe he will be in Vision Quest now that you laid this.
I think you would be in Vision Quest.
West Coast thing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And so the director, the showrunner of this is directing Brand New Day, right?
Yes. Yeah, I believe that is right. Let's see. Yeah, Destin Daniel Cretton, who also did Shang-Chi.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so he's a big fan of Trevor Slattery, I guess. And
I mean, now he's gonna run into Shang-Chi is San Francisco, so he
is on the West Coast. Yeah,
good point. And that bring those two. He directed both of those, so he can bring those two together.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right, very good. Next for MCU shows, we're gonna get Daredevil Born Again season 2 next month, Vision Quest, and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man later this year. Next week on the Dork Podcast, the finale of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So we will wrap up that great season of television, and then Davey's gonna sit this one out. We're gonna go Scream rewatch 1 through 6, leading up to Scream 7. Rossi and Billy D and Goo are going to join me as we talk about 6 Scream movies.
It'll be nice to listen to that as a viewer and not as a
not to do the homework. That is
not to do the home. Oh God, I would not want to do that. Good luck to you guys.
I've already rewatched the first 5.
I was gonna say, like, you've probably seen them so many times that I think I've seen the last 4 Scream movies once.
Yeah, I haven't seen 6. I think
I'm waiting for Hollywood to call about
your idea. Yeah, the Ghostface movie is good. Yeah, I think when I watch Scream 6 this week, it'll be for like the second, maybe the third time. I don't know if I've seen it since we talked about it last year. So
yeah.
All right, that'll do it. Let us know what you guys thought of Wonder Man. Tell a friend, tell a dork, and in the meantime, Davey, stay curious.
The hashtag Dork Podcast.